Hey guys, my name is Timio, and today I'm excited to say that it looks like Insurgency is going to be getting a massive overhaul in the future with what they're calling Insurgency Sandstorm. Now, at its core, what the guys over at New World Interactive are doing right now is that they're basically rebuilding the entire game from the ground up into Unreal Engine 4. Now, some of you might be thinking, why? The game is doing just fine on PC. A lot of people enjoy the game right now. Why are they deciding to rebuild it in an entirely different engine? Well, it's for a lot of reasons. One of the biggest is that it's just going to be a graphical update. They showed some before and after pictures, and the graphical fidelity looks significantly better. Like, it actually looks like a modern game instead of something that was released 10 years ago. The source engine is pretty old at this point, and while it makes for some fantastic games, the graphical part of things can look a little lackluster. And so one of the strengths of Unreal Engine 4 is that the graphics look absolutely incredible, and so that is going to be one of the strengths with this update. Not only that, but this also means that they're going to be able to create it for consoles. This is something a lot of people have been clamoring for. Basically, every time I post a video of Insurgency on my channel, there's always loads of comments asking when is this going to be coming to console. Clearly, there's a market out there for it. A lot of people love the high-octane hardcore gameplay that Insurgency provides, but they don't have a PC to run it, and they'd love to be able to play it on their console. Your wishes look like they are finally being granted. And while there are some concerns, and we'll get to that here in a second, just the simple fact that they are bringing it to the console crowd, I know is going to make a lot of people happy. Something that caught me by surprise with this announcement, though, is that they're also going to be bringing in a single-player component. The reason why this caught me off guard is that Insurgency is not known for its single player. As a matter of fact, they never had a single player. There is the co-op missions that you can participate in, which fights you against AI bots, but there's never been a cohesive story to kind of string everything together. That is apparently going to be changing with Insurgency Sandstorm. It's going to be following a bunch of soldiers set in the Iraq invasion of 2003, and it's going to tell their story. I'll fully admit I am a little hesitant here. I don't know how much experience New World Interactive has with single-player storytelling. I mean, they created an amazing multiplayer game, but I don't know how that's going to translate on over into the single-player. And so while I'm not writing it off, I want to give them the benefit of the doubt. We have no knowledge of what the single-player is going to be like. I'm crossing my fingers that they're going to be able to deliver, but I'm also not really getting too hyped for that single-player aspects. And then finally, they are also going to be pushing more of the competitive esports side of the game. Insurgency is already hyper-competitive. It's a very hardcore game, so it attracts those types of players, but it looks like they want to push it a step further and create the infrastructure from the very beginning to foster this type of community. They haven't gone into much details, but I would assume that it would be very similar to other games like Counter-Strike. I would assume that it's going to have a matchmaking system, maybe a ranking system that's going to pit your skill against other players, and they'll kind of go from there. So if you want to play Insurgency more competitive, you want to jump in for a couple of hours and play against people that are around the same rank and also rank up or rank down, that looks like it's going to be available in Insurgency Sandstorm. Overall, though, this announcement has made me incredibly excited. As many of you already know, I adore Insurgency. I love the combat, I love the gameplay, and just seeing that it's going to be overhauled in Unreal Engine 4 makes me really excited. That does not mean that I don't have any criticisms with this announcement, though. My biggest worry right now is that they run the risk of splitting up the PC community. On the console side of things, you don't have to worry about this. You're getting Insurgency for the first time, you're going to be able to enjoy this magnificent game on the console finally, and you're not going to have to worry about this whatsoever. But on the PC end of things, this isn't like going from Battlefield 3 on over into Battlefield 4. Battlefield 4, of course, has updated graphics, new maps, new game modes. It's a brand new spanking game. That's not really true with Insurgency Sandstorm. Like, yes, it's getting that visual update, but it's basically all of the maps that we have right now just remastered and rebuilt into the Unreal Engine 4. And while, yes, it does have that single-player component, and there's going to be more of an emphasis on the esports competitive nature, is that going to be enough for people to make that transition on over into this new game and spend money on a product that they really already have right now? The PC community is going to have to make the decision, I already have Insurgency, do I want to spend more on just basically a visual update? My worry is that not everyone is going to transition and they're going to split up their PC community. As much as I love Insurgency, it's not like a gigantic AAA shooter. Like, they have a very healthy community right now, but you shrink that in half, you're going to be running into some problems. And so while this is speculation, maybe everyone is going to be pushed on over. Maybe they got something up their sleeve that I'm just not expecting right now. But this is my biggest concern with this announcement. Another concern I've heard people express, especially online, is that they're going to be catering and making this more console friendly. I talked to one of the developers and they said that is not going to be the case whatsoever. They want to make it pretty much exactly what they have right now, but just updated in Unreal Engine 4. There might be some console features when you do play the console version. I'm assuming there's going to be some aim assist, but it's going to run exactly the same, at least according to the developer that I talked to. And so for all the people that are worried that they're going to make this more like Call of Duty or they're going to make it noob friendly, I wouldn't worry too much. I have a lot of respect for the guys over at New World Interactive. They've done an amazing job right now, and until they give me reason to suspect that they're lying, I'm going to give them the benefit of the doubt here and assume that they're just basically going to create what we've all enjoyed with Insurgency, but in this updated Engine 4 consoles. But yeah, guys, that is about it for today's video. I hope you enjoyed. Give me your thoughts on this announcement. Are you excited to finally get your hands on Insurgency for console? Are you also a little worried, like I am, that this might run the risk of splitting up the PC community? Let me know down below. But yep, until tomorrow, have a good one and take it easy.